Welcome to the Harris Show. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem, with my sister, co-host, Angie Ang. And
What's
that
up?
person on the bottom of the screen is our brother, Jakil.
There we go.
Disgusting. I'm going to ask these two some questions about dating. We'll see where they go. If I have to cut motherfuckers off, I will, because they both are wild. She be acting like it's just Jakil, but she be saying some wild stuff too. All right, so what is the pettiest reason you stop talking to someone?
Like a friend or a girlfriend or like just a person?
Girlfriend. If you have a petty reason you broke up with a girlfriend, I would love to hear that.
Well, I didn't break up with the girl, but I was talking to a girl. And it was cool. It was a cool couple months. We were just like talking back and forth, hanging out and stuff. I told her, yeah, I'm a poet. I write books. Da, 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 da. And she was like, oh, that's cute. And I was like, cute. All right, we'll start with that. So I was like, maybe she's being funny, whatever. And then I showed her, like, she came over, I showed her my books and stuff. And then she read one of my poems and she said, that sucks. I said, get out. Get
Oh my
out
God.
of my house right now.
Joking.
I don't care. I blocked her. We never talked
Oh
after that. You're not going to come into my house and shit on my art. That's what you're not going to do. You're going to lie to me. Lie to me. So it's the best thing you've ever read in your life. Get out of my apartment and go.
Yeah. I might call this petty because I really feel valid in it. I will stand 10 toes by my decision. But I was talking to this one guy, it was like a couple years ago. And he was in culinary school. And I had made some like good ass wings. And he said, well, it's chicken. You can't mess up chicken. And immediately I was not gonna continue that because he had burnt chicken the day before. And I know that came from a place of jealousy. And I just couldn't do it. I was like, you're an asshole. I'm good off this. I'm solid in that. Huh?
You shitted on your wings?
Yeah, he was like, it's chicken wings. Like, no, you can't fuck up chicken wings, but you burnt chicken the day before. So, yeah, I don't play about that.
Wow.
Like, you couldn't just say, oh, that's what's up. Fake happy. I don't care. Like,
I would have been happy, first of all. Chicken wings.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That was so rude.
Fuck that.
I don't think that's petty though. I think that's just rude.
I don't know if that's petty. I think he's just rude and a dick.
Yeah. Petty is like unnecessary. Like I got into an argument with somebody because you know how I be. I just be saying shit sometimes. So I got into an argument with somebody over like semantics. Like she was like, oh yeah, I really don't do that. And I'm like, you don't do that, or you used to do that, but you just don't do it no more. And she was like, well, what does it matter? I was like, well, it matters because like if you don't do it, it means you never did it. If you,
oh my God.
if you haven't done it before.
If I was that girl, I would have stopped talking to you.
Me too. I would be like,
she didn't stop talking to me. She kept engaging in the argument. And then I was like, okay, if you want to keep going in this route, we're going to go down this route. And then she goes, okay. And so we start talking about it, right? And then she asked me like, oh, have you ever smoked marijuana before? And I was all like, well, yeah, I went to Humboldt State, of course. Right? She was like, oh, well, do you do it or do you just? I was like, all right, block.
Oh my God. That's a queen right there.
I have no shame in blocking people.
Okay. I guess
just gonna let people know.
I've been in a relationship for a while, so it's some of these don't really. But I stopped talking to somebody because they couldn't pronounce certain words right.
Oh yeah.
Father.
I can tell you, I should have stopped talking to someone. They couldn't spell. I would just call them. I couldn't text them. I know
that's hard though. That's hard. Spelling is hard.
Flag. That's a red flag.
Yeah. It depends on what they misspell.
I can't spell.
Everything.
They in a third grader?
Everything. I'm telling you, I didn't even know like what you could guess a word. I couldn't. I would have to call him just to be like, yeah, what's up?
Text message?
Yeah. I should have. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. But
yeah,
I should.
Certain words, like if you can't say, and like you try to make it a part of your vocabulary, I can't. Like, don't try to be somebody you're not. Just say the words you know how to say.
That's true.
Just say words you know how to say.
No, that's true. Some people be trying to go outside their vocabulary. And I'd be like, don't do that.
You don't gotta impress me with like your vocabulary. I'm not that type. But
I am. I'd be like, because my vocabulary, I use extensive words sometimes.
I don't.
And so I'd be like, when you say something real dumb, I'd be like, I can't even engage with you no more. Like,
all right. So I got a question that I didn't even put in the thing. What annoys you two the most about dating?
Jakil's face. This is what he's
I almost cussed him out. I almost said something, but I was like, man, I can't because it's
I'm trying to like hold it together, but
I almost said something, but I'm like, it's fucking recording. So I can't say all this I really want to say.
I was thinking about
wait, what was the question?
Fuck that. I really said, I said, what annoyed you the most about dating?
I was thinking about shit that annoys me. That's why.
What annoys me the most?
Yeah, because I haven't been out here dating for.
I truly hate the talking stage. I hate it so much, and I think it's so like I just hate the small talk. It's like what is the point? But everything else, I love dating. I think it's so fun.
Boy, you hate small talk.
Mm-hmm.
How else is somebody supposed to get to know you?
You can get to know. I'm talking about like the, hey, how you doing?
Again,
what the fuck are they supposed to say to you? What you just want? Penis pic?
No.
Damn. I think there's a difference between like small talk and like trying to get to know somebody. Sometimes people will just like do small talk to fill in the gap of communication. Like we have to be talking right now. Because they'll like ask you questions. And you're like, you just ask me questions because you want to talk. Like if you don't ask me questions,
you can tell like when a conversation flows and when they're just
no. Hold up. Jakil's the wrong person for that.
So, I don't like questions. So
yeah, so we're not.
So it's different. I just don't like when people ask me questions.
This conversation, part of this question is you really.
Okay, but I'm saying like what Jakil's saying is what I was trying to say.
You don't like questions either?
No, I don't like asking a question, but like when you could tell when like a conversation's dry and they're just like trying to pull something out, and it's just like we do not have to talk. I promise you, it's okay if we go a few hours not talking. I don't like the like forced conversations.
Okay, if you're trying to get to know somebody, right, and you want them to know you're interested, you have to keep the conversation going.
Yeah, but you keep the conversation going with like intentionality. Like you don't just be like
force it.
Yeah, you don't have to be like
no. Okay, say I'm on an app, right, and I'm like we're talking, and then like the conversation stops, but I want to continue this fucking conversation. I want to ask you like, oh, what you doing?
Yeah, but that's different. That's because you want to continue the conversation. If the conversation is dry as hell, like you're actually conversing. And
Jamal, have you ever talked to someone like you're like, man, yeah, music is so cool, like blah blah blah, and they're just like, oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not trying to get to know this person and date this person.
But I'm saying that's what it's like for dating. Put it in a dating.
You can't, because I'm not trying to put my mouth on their mouth.
This is easier. This is easier because Jamal hasn't been in the dating
right.
world.
I'm trying to explain this.
I'll explain
First of all, y'all not gonna shame me.
This nigga in a relationship. Boo.
No. The thing is, like, at least I can say from my perspective, because we're the same age. People now, these niggas don't know how to socialize and have conversations. And it's so hard because I'll be like just talking about random shit because that's how you have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to add on to a conversation, and so they'll just keep that shit like, yeah, that was cool, huh? And you're like, oh, bitch, I'm trying to get to know you. Like, what are you interested in? What are your hobbies? Like,
I feel like just bitches use so loosely,
but it wasn't.
It's not hard. I feel like because we know him, it's different. Like, if someone's hearing that, they're gonna be like, he does not mean it. And
no. It's just women. It's not me talking about. It's not women. It's just in general.
But we haven't had Jake back on. We need to get certain level because I know he.
I think it's just people don't know how to have conversations anymore, and I think that's the hardest part about dating. At least for me, it's like, the small talk is easy. I can navigate that. I've always been able to navigate that small talk, even if I'm annoyed by it, even if I'm annoyed by questions. I get that is a part of getting to know somebody. Like, my thing is, like, people be so wishy-washy with their intentions. They'll be like, oh, I want to go with the flow. And I'm like, well, what does that mean to you? Mm-hmm. Like, or they'll be like, oh, well, this happened in my last relationship, so I don't want that to happen again. But everything else that happened in your last relationship, you want to happen. Like, no, that's not how it works. Like, you can't just pick and choose, like, parts of what you want out of your last relationship and bring into the new one. You got to bring the whole thing. It's part of your experiences. Like, so it's like, I deal with a lot of people who don't know what they want, or they do know what they want, they just can't get it. It's like out of their reach because they'll like expect me to be like somebody that I'm not. Because they'll be like, oh, well, you're educated, you have a job, blah, 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 all these other positive things. Then they'd be like, but I kind of want a nigga in these streets and out here like at the club and doing all this shit. And I'm like, that ain't me. You just got the wrong one. So, but then they'll be like, but I still want to talk and I still want to like see where this goes, even though I'm not what you want. It's just like, okay, not how it works.
All right, let's move to something positive then. So, what is something? Y'all both were negative as hell. What is
that's a negative question?
I didn't think it would be that negative. I didn't think it would be like these niggas is basically don't know how to talk to us.
They don't, Jamal. I'm telling you, you would be like, there's no way they're like this. It's painful.
Okay, so what is something small? What's a small gesture? You don't have to say who the dude is, or you can just say something they can do that somebody has done that has made an impression on what you look for in like a future partner.
Ooh,
good ass question.
I think it's so small, but when I got in the car, he asked me what I wanted to listen to. I was like, oh shit, you want to hear my shit?
The bare minimum?
You said a small gesture.
Yeah, a small gesture, not bare minimum. God damn. Small gesture is just so like, kiss on the forehead.
I honestly cannot stand both of y'all.
All you gotta do is ask me.
I don't. No. I didn't come on here this is why I don't be talking to y'all. Because this is.
What are you talking about? You have a podcast with me. I talked to you for 100 episodes.
Like, I thought it was a nice gesture.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing at you.
It was a nice gesture.
I'm sorry. We're sorry.
Speak to yourself. I feel like people should just ask you what you want to listen to because that's just fucking kindness.
I feel like, okay, I understand how you can see that as a small gesture. I feel like, though, personally, when you're in a car with just, it don't matter who, you should check the environment. Like, if I don't rock with fucking Taylor Swift and you blasting Taylor Swift and you play it the whole way, I'm gonna feel away.
I was saying it's more so like you want to get to know my music taste.
Okay,
Like,
I got you.
yeah, y'all was saying it like, well, you should have. You're interested in what I want. Like,
we got it. It's
yeah,
all
damn.
Nah, because y'all was fighting hard as fuck. Y'all was fighting hard for that.
We heard you. Shit. God damn.
Hey, I just wanted to get that across.
Damn.
You got one to give.
I think like asking about like what I do in my job versus asking me what my job is. I think that is like so much more because like it's hard to explain what I do in higher ed because I'm not a teacher and everybody thinks I'm a teacher. Well, I mean I teach, but like everybody's all like, "Oh, you work in higher ed? Oh, what do you teach?" And I'm like, "Come on, nigga, there's more jobs than just teachers." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, "Oh, what do you do in your job?" I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's like you actually care about what I do and not just, "Oh, you work at a school."
That's actually pretty good. That doesn't happen often.
It doesn't. Like niggas don't.
They ask you like about your job, but they don't really be asking you about your job.
Yeah. They'll be like, "Where do you work?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I work here." And they'll be like, "Oh, okay. What do you teach?" And I'm like, "Nigga, come on."
With me, they'd be like, "Oh, are you the coach?" I'm like, "No, I'm not the coach."
That's racist.
Like, what's the small gesture for you, Jamal?
For me, it's like not bothering me. Nah, I'm playing. So, like if I say I want something, no. If I say I want something, and then like for instance, I wanted this vinyl, I couldn't find that shit anywhere, and then like you get that vinyl. I don't know if that's a small gesture because that shit's not cheap.
Yeah.
But small gestures to me would be like asking me how my day is. And I know for a lot of people, like that's a bare minimum. You would be surprised. People do not ask you how your day is. People do not say hello. Like just saying, "How was your day? What you do at work? Did these kids piss you off?" Like that works for me.
What's your love language?
Money.
He's probably words of affirmation.
No, mine's are acts of service and gift giving, receiving.
At the top? Dang. Not me, man.
The last time I did it was acts of service and yeah. And then quality time was like third, I think.
What was your wish to kill?
Words of affirmation. Then acts of service. Then quality time, then physical touch, then gifts.
I think physical touch was like last on mine.
Dang. Yeah. That's my number one.
I'm not gonna say something.
I don't really like people like touching.
That's my thing too. I don't like to be touched.
I think touch is such a beautiful
thing. Women usually do.
I love it.
Yeah, because y'all don't have to be like the one who's like, never mind.
Who's like what? Like it's more accepting for us to be touching each other?
No. Well, yeah, that, but like also in like these situations, like I have to be the big bear. I have to be like the protector. And all these situations, usually like if somebody break in the house, you're not expecting the woman to go.
I'm sure ain't.
Baby, but I am. Yeah, shit, me too.
I'm hopping out the window.
I'm like, hey, you got this one?
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear. I'm gonna act like I didn't hear shit. Get up and lock my door.
That's honestly terrifying, though.
It all depends on how heavy the
Yes,
footsteps
it's
are.
terrifying. What the hell? Why wouldn't it be?
No, I'm like that. Just that thinking about that's crazy. Scary.
All right. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to one of you on a date?
That happened to me.
I don't think I've had any embarrassing.
Yeah, because you're not embarrassed by your actions.
Because I don't do shit that's embarrassing.
I mean, the worst thing embarrassing wise was like paying for a meal and they being like, that's what the way it is. I went, oh, so like the card got declined in front of her. He could have told me, whispered it to me. This nigga gonna tell me right at the table the card got declined. I said, "Oh, let me use another one. Use another one. Same thing." And at that point,
my card got declined. And Macaroni Girl. You know what's crazy too? Bank of America was all like, "You don't make these type of purchases." I had to be like, "Yeah, it's me."
Bank of America do be doing that.
They're like, "You don't eat at this type of establishment."
Macaroni Girl.
I was not a Macaroni Girl. You are a Wings and Things type of. What you mean?
Bank of America stayed doing that shit. They did that shit up here. I had to get my car oil changed.
They did it to me trying to take money out the ATM. Bank of America. I got the password. I put my PIN in. Why you stop me after I put the PIN in? It makes no sense. Well, you're not embarrassed by any of your actions. So, have any of these dudes ever did something embarrassing that you were like secondhand embarrassment?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't say it was embarrassing. I was more irritated than anything because we were in the wrong. We were parked in the pay parking without paying, and we were just chilling. And the police rolled up, and obviously, like the situation is tense. But I'm like, we're in the wrong. Just say all right and keep it. He wanted to argue with this thing. I was so mad because I'm not about to lose my life over some in and out and unpaid parking. You're fucking crazy. I was so mad. I was embarrassed. Like, you really acting like this and you in the wrong? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, ugh, these niggas disgust me. But anyway.
I went on a date with this girl, and she was trying to be cheap, like, and so we went to BJ's? We went to BJ's, and she tried to pretend like she found a hair in her food.
Oh no!
And I tell you, I was so not just embarrassed, but I was pissed. Because I went to the bathroom, came back. She was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Our food's gonna be free." I'm like, "Why?" I was like, "I'll pay for it." She's all like, "I found a hair in it," and I went, "Oh, why didn't you say that? Because you ate the whole goddamn meal." You know what I'm saying? Like if you found a hair in it,
You ate
send it back. Send it back. Don't make a scene and get your money back and whatever. But you ate that whole plate. So like, when did you find the hair? She's all like, "Oh, it's my hair," and I was just all like, "I'm just so disgusted right now that you would do that." and the thing is, if you would have told me prior to going inside, give me the choice to be like, "Yeah, let's do that." But no, you just decided to take it upon yourself that we couldn't afford BJ's when I said I was paying. And so I told her, and she was just like, "Are you really mad about this?" Absolutely.
That would be too. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever had nothing like that. That's crazy.
Trying to make me look broke out here.
I don't usually go on a date though if I ain't got no money.
That's what I say. I ain't going nowhere when I ain't got no money. You think I've been anywhere in the last month? No.
I don't like leaving when I don't got money. I need to have at least money to like if I need to buy a plane ticket day of. I need enough for that.
I feel that. I just be like, I don't want to dig into my savings. I be saying that to myself all the time. I don't want to dig into my savings. I don't want to dig
What
into
is
my
that? What
savings.
is a saving?
And so
You
I'll
ain't
look at my
saving
bank
no money.
account and be like, ooh, I got, X amount of money in my savings, but I got $3 in my debit. I'll transfer $20 over, but that's about it. Like, so if I can't cover it, it ain't happening.
Okay. What are some things? This is for you, Angie, and it's weird calling you that. I just don't want these people calling you. Yeah, whatever. What is something you wish that men knew?
That's very, very broad.
Exactly.
I
What
don't
is something you wish that men? The whole episode is talking about dating, motherfucker. What you think it's gonna
but
be about?
I wish men knew. I wouldn't say knew. I just wish more men were honest about like no, honestly, no, don't. I just truly wish men would be like, yeah, I'm just here to have sex, because it would save so much time between us both. But not saying that I would be. I'm not saying I'd be doing it. I'm not into that lifestyle.
Listen, women are liars. They are liars.
Thank you.
I'm not. I'm saying at this in 2023, I'm not into that.
Women are liars. No woman wants a man. There's some. Listen, I think sometimes women do want a man to be, because sometimes that's what they want. I agree, but if a man was that honest 99% of the time, because there's 90% of the time I don't want to go to the restaurant. I don't want to go nowhere. I just want to go back to your place, knock them walls out, and go home.
Okay, but you said me personally. I personally.
You're right. I asked you the question.
If a man would be like, Angela, I just want to, or no, I want to date. It's really simple for me.
You don't ask them questions when you talking to them, though? You don't be like, what are your intentions?
I do, but I'm saying they lie. I said I would appreciate if you're honest about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it would save so much. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Like, what are you looking for? What am I looking for? If it ain't,
I'll tell you, as a man who is honest all the time about that, I'm telling you right now, 80, maybe 95% of the time, women don't like what I say when I'm honest.
How are you saying it?
That's true. That's true. I do be saying things with a little bit of spice to it, a little tapatio on there, But I think too, like most of the time when I'm saying like, oh, this is what my intentions is, right? I'm trying to have coitus with you for one night and not speak to you ever again. How does that sound?
I'm saying though, there's people out there who are very much for that.
Yeah.
Good.
And how would you know if you don't be honest with the intentions?
I think most people say that they want that, but they really don't though.
Yeah.
I appreciate
they don't know what that actually means.
I think even dudes too. I say most people will say like, oh, I want a little quick one night. If it's good, you don't want one night.
Mm-hmm.
You want
if it's good and you like who she is as a person or who they are as a person, you'd be like, oh damn, what did I just like? I could be having a real thing. I mean, that's definitely what's happened to me before.
For sure.
I was like, oh dang, that was kind of nice. That was kind of cool. She's good people. Dang.
Yeah.
I can't say like let's try something else now.
Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you in your head you're like, I can see myself dating this person.
And sometimes you do know. And sometimes
then they start talking, and then you're like,
Schmitty smash.
Yeah.
But
But it is what it is. I would ask you, Jaquil. We only have like 7 minutes, so you gotta shorten that question. What's something you wish women knew about, like, when it comes to dating? Because I feel like I need to put that.
That's a good clarifier. I think, in my experience, is that not all men are emotionally like immature. Like some men actually do express their emotions, and it's not sarcasm. At least with me, like when I tell you this is how I feel, it's not a joke. Like it's not sarcasm. If I say, "Oh, this is irritating me," or "This annoys me," or whatever, it's not a joke. And so when men do decide to like express themselves in that way, like don't take it as sarcasm or as a joke or as like, "Oh, he's just playing." Like, nah, like I told you that in the beginning, that's how I felt. I still feel that way. I don't know why you thought I was gonna feel any different. And I'm not saying a lot of men express themselves emotionally. You know, we are in this world where a lot of men don't. But you're trying to date me or you are dating me with that hope that I am emotionally mature. So don't automatically assume that I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, nigga, I got a degree in counseling and a whole my life together. So don't. I'm not. I'm not here expressing myself.
Your degree in counseling doesn't mean that you're going to be able to.
No, it just means that I got a degree. I just have to throw that out there whenever I have
So stupid.
but I think that's the thing is like, and I also like um I don't want to be praised for having like my shit together. Like I don't want it to be like, "Ooh, you got your own car. You got your." Yes, I do, but why are you acting like that's not like I gotta live. I gotta survive. Like you don't gotta like praise me for it. Praise me for the shit that I'm doing that's like out of the ordinary, not for the shit that I gotta do to survive. Like if I didn't have a car, nigga, I couldn't get to work. I couldn't. If I don't go to work, I can't eat. Like I have to. So, but those are the things. So. Other than that, women they do whatever I love women, so do your thing.
Do your thing. Right? I'm like, I say all to say, I still love men and whatnot. I love dating. I think dating is so fun.
What's fun about it?
The experiences. You know how many fun stories I get to tell about these different men. I would like to say past me because that just was going down a whole different. Listen, past me because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that in 2023. Okay, but yeah, just the experience was fun. I learned a lot about what I like and don't like about men, and it was a good time. Good time.
Yeah, dating shows you a lot about yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
I learned a lot about myself. Like there's a big chunk of my life where I thought that I just knew how I was supposed to be in a relationship or how I was supposed to be dating, and then I get in a relationship and then I learn all this stuff, and I'm like, oh damn, maybe I am a little anal when it comes to people asking me questions. Maybe that's irrational of me, you know. And then so there's just things that I like learned, like, oh, that's pretty irrational for me to think.
The fact that it took dating for you to realize that people ask questions, it's
No,
fucking.
I knew they asked questions.
No. You're right. You knew. The fact that
it would just still make me mad. I don't know why it would make me mad. It just would.
I never forget that day. That we never forget.
I'm like, why are you asking me questions? I don't
Like,
know why.
you mad at her for asking you like to hang out. Maybe you don't like her.
So I'm getting so mad. But now I have it together. Now I'm like, oh,
now
wait.
I have it together. Thank God.
I'm like, oh wait, what am I doing? You can't be mad at those questions. That's genuine. Like you genuinely care. Now,
that's what I was going to say. Like I feel like when people ask questions that they care.
But you haven't dated some of the girls that I've dated. Some of them girls just ask questions just to ask questions, and that shit bothers the hell out of me.
I do hate that. I hate the question just to ask a question.
And especially if my response is, "Well, why do you want to know that?" Oh, I just want to know.
Or I hate obvious questions. I hate obvious questions. Like, what are you doing? You see what I'm doing. You are literally staring at me.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
It doesn't make sense. Like,
what are you doing? Watching basketball. You see me watching the basketball game.
Yeah.
You are bothering me. Especially.
What would you rather them say? Oh, you're watching basketball?
I'd rather you not talk to me.
Oh my God. I can't.
How's the game?
I
get those. I'm telling you, I get those questions like,
not today.
Oh, how's work? Oh, work's fine. What'd you do at work? What do you mean? What I do at work? I'm at work. I'm working. What do you mean? Like, you're trying to ask me the specifics of what I'm doing right now in my day-to-day job? Come on, that's not a question for you. Come on.
So, I would just like to point out earlier you said that you like when people ask you what you do at work.
What I do, like not what I'm doing. What I do at work, I'm a supervisor. I do this program, blah blah blah. But when you're asking me in the moment, what am I doing at work? It's not that job. I'm playing solitaire. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm about to tell you I'm playing solitaire at work. Get the fuck out of here. I'm at work. Let me work.
Aisha, do you have anything you want to
add? Aisha. Jamal, there's a minute left. Wrap it up.
First of all, you can wrap it up too. There's two people who host the fucking podcast.
Wrap it up.
Oh my God.
This has been the
tonight.
I'm not. This has been the Harris Show. I've been your host, Jamal Radio Rahim, with my sister, co-host, Angie Ang. We are joined, he's not a special guest, he's just our brother, by Shaquille. We will be doing another dating episode where we can get a little more detail, because these two don't like to share information. So
I like to keep my life private. I like my private life.
But thank y'all for listening and watching. Share it, all that type of stuff. Catch y'all next week. Peace.